Hello, Real Talk with JJ. What's going on? I am in the kayak. It's been some time. I'm very excited to do this. The main theme of this video is really questioning on what really matters. And sometimes I feel like when I make these videos, it's common sense, but it helps me get kind of centered again, and also maybe reach out to other people that need reminders of certain activities we need to enjoy. And when we get into what really matters, I'm going to be questioning on what we all go through as humans, and how to kind of embrace some of the challenges, and how to embrace some unfortunate challenges that we can't resolve. I might touch upon as much as I can. I haven't done a video yet in a kayak, and between drifting and paddling, I'm not sure what will happen. But nature comes first. So if I see a loon or something really cool, I will definitely stop my talk and show you what I come across, because that is awesome. I do think that animals, nature, can be more interesting than us humans. Also, before I start paddling, I wanted to thank everyone. I'm not really into vanity metrics, and I'm going to go into that later. And I know with YouTube, and 90 subscribers isn't much, but for every person that is clicking on my video and listening and maybe commenting means a lot, and that means we're like-minded people and we're trying to navigate this world together. So here I go, do a little paddling. I wanted to just talk about that. I know one of my videos, the thumbnail was doom and gloom. I'm not sure how well it's going or not, but I do feel, even if I remove myself from the news, you know, it'd be kind of funny right now if the kayak tipped over, because that would be like really cinematic, and I could put some music to it. Yeah, I do use a lot of humor. I am a Gen Xer. I'm a 53-year-old guy, and I am a trauma survivor, dad, teacher, and all that stuff. But what really matters is the thought of this video. And one of the things I want to mention, and I'm going to put her comment on the screen because there's no way I can remember it right now, and I'm not going to navigate YouTube. I don't even think I can get online. But I'm sorry, my memory's working here. About 2 weeks ago, a Tan D or Tan Z, I'm sorry, I am. But she made a really good comment about mental health and how important it is. And when we talk about mental health, there's many different levels. There's the emotional intelligence, and I don't think we touch upon emotional intelligence enough, and just teaching humans on what we need to navigate to go through this world. In this world, I mean, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but it doesn't take much intelligence to figure out how crappy things have gotten in so many levels. And I only steering away from political stuff, one, because I'm not a political scientist, two, I'm not that smart when it comes to that. And I hope my mic is working. It's so sunny out, I don't know what's on and what's working. If anything, at least I'm just talking to the water. But the other reason I'm not going to get into the political stuff is because I think we're beyond the political stuff. There's one thing about talking about a Democrat or a Republican, independent, whatever, but why don't we just talk about kindness? Why don't we just talk about engaging, thinking about humanity again? I think that's really important. Everyone has their, excuse my language, everyone has their effing opinion. Everyone thinks their way is the right way and all that. You know, right now I'm kayaking to a bunch of lily pads and it's low. I could get really mad and go, why is it so low? I'm trying to enjoy my summer. Or I can just embrace, this is the situation. Meaning, this is the situation we're in as humans. And so what do? Well, it depends. For me, I get out into nature. And this is pretty glorified nature. I mean, I want to share this with everyone because I have lived here for 22 years, and not a day goes by where I feel I feel very fortunate. So every day goes by, I'm very, very thankful. And I think the nature aspect, whether it's in a park, just breathing and listening to nature, from wind to whatever, or natural sounds too, listening to person-made sounds, listening to music, that is where I want to go with this gathering of conversation. And I am heading towards, don't worry, that was just the phone moving, I'm fine. Not that you would be able to save me. But what I wanted to touch upon is, I believe that from the pandemic, things are always going to be different, and maybe things are going to be crappier, but that doesn't mean we have to sit in the crap. As I go through this giant, like almost mud fly, this is why I'm kayaking, because it can be a hovercraft right now. In my case, and it might be different for yours, it could be listening to music, it could be cooking. That is the mental health recipe, the balance, the respite of something, reading, napping. You guys, we gotta get out there. We gotta do different stuff. We gotta engage in different ways. I could go on all day. I mean, I know when I get older and if, you know, my job slows down, or I retire, if that's such a thing, you know, volunteer at a humane society, anyway, volunteer, you know, at a soup kitchen, or just try to make people smile, you know, in any such way. That is important, because I do feel if you can make someone smile or help them, that will re-energize us and bring us to a different point. And the point is discovering the uncomfortable, sitting in the uncomfortable, and then getting through it. And getting through it to the sense of finding happiness. And if you're not there yet with the happiness, maybe you can find a situation where this is just a rough spot, but I'm going to get through this, because in 2 days I'm going to be able to, you know, knit a sweater. I can't knit. I'm just trying to give examples besides me saying, oh, look at me, I kayak 5 hours a day. Oh, no, maybe 5 hours every other year. All right, we're really loaded here. We might hit bottom, and I'm worried about, by the way, a phobia alert. If I see a snake, this will become a rated R video, because I will swear, sink, and everything else. That's a fun fact. One of the reasons I moved to the Northeast is there's only snakes in the summer, and they're itty bitty of things. They're not venomous. Versus when I lived out in Los Angeles and in the desert, those rattlers, yeah. I'm curious what you do. What do you try to do to avoid the stresses of the world that we're living in? And how do you kind of de-layer it? Do you rest? Do you cook? Do you just take your mind off of it? And there's many different type of modes that we can do. But the seas are going to get rough. I meant that in the pond area. I'm going to leave just 20 seconds without me yapping, because I think nature has more to say sometimes than us humans.